Two of the most feared organizations in world history. One, a shadowy network of spies, assassins, and agents of chaos. The other, a relentless force of elite warriors trained for war, rescue, and sabotage. But what happens when the KGB faces off against the Navy SEALs? Welcome to Versus Vault. Today, we dive into a clash of titans that could have changed history. The KGB, or Komitet Gosudarstvenoi Bezopasnosti, served as the Soviet Union's secret police, intelligence agency, and military force, all rolled into one. These weren't soldiers storming beaches. They were ghosts slipping through borders, recruiting agents, toppling governments, and yes, eliminating enemies without ever being seen. KGB operatives were selected from the brightest, the toughest, and sometimes the most ruthless citizens. Their training? Deep cover operations, learning new identities so perfectly they could fool neighbors, friends, even their own families. Close quarters combat, lethal martial arts like Sambo, psychological warfare, using fear, manipulation, and misinformation as weapons. In short, they didn't just fight you, they made you destroy yourself. Meanwhile, across the ocean, the US Navy SEALs were born in blood, sand, and steel. SEAL stands for sea, air, and land, because these warriors are trained to dominate in all three. Their training pipeline is one of the hardest on Earth. Hell Week. 5 days of near-constant torture, sleep deprivation, endless freezing swims, brutal obstacle courses, survival, evasion, resistance, and escape, SEER training, teaching them how to survive capture and interrogation, high-tech weapons, demolitions, and precision shooting, turning them into walking arsenals. When the world needs a rescue, a hit squad, or a war to start quietly, the SEALs are the call. So, let's set the scene. It's the late 1980s. A small uncharted island in the Pacific hides a deadly secret. A prototype nuclear weapon lost during Cold War testing. Intelligence leaks, both the KGB and the Navy SEALs are dispatched. Their missions secure the weapon and neutralize any threat. Neither side expects company. In the jungle-covered hills of the island, shadowy figures clash. It's spy versus soldier, brains versus brawn, silent knives, booby traps, ambushes, night raids. Who wins? The KGB's strengths? Well, they lie in infiltration, deception, and disguises, setting up psychological traps that could lure SEALs into fatal mistakes. Imagine SEALs moving through a village, only to find the civilians are undercover KGB operatives. The SEALs' strengths: direct action raids, superior firepower, helicopter support. In an all-out gunfight, the SEALs would probably dominate, but the KGB would avoid that, using traps, sabotage, and local manipulation to soften up their enemies. KGB gear concealed pistols like the Makarov, poison darts, hidden knives, and explosives disguised as everyday items, radio jammers and fake ID kits, SEAL gear, M4 carbines, MP5 submachine guns, and suppressed pistols, night vision goggles, demolitions gear for sabotage, water insertion craft for stealthy island landings. One side fights with deception and subversion, the other fights with overwhelming force and precision. So, who wins? If the KGB sets the rules, ambushes, sabotage, psychological warfare, they could bleed the SEALs dry without a direct fight. But if the SEALs catch the KGB in a head-to-head clash, it's over. Superior training, better weapons, and battlefield dominance would crush even the best KGB teams. In a drawn-out battle of wits, the KGB might pull off a dirty win. But in a straight-up war, advantage Navy SEALs. What do you think? Could the KGB outsmart America's deadliest warriors? Or would the SEALs prove once again why they're the best in the world? Tell us in the comments, and welcome to the Versus Vault.